So we've talked about direct commission before, and we talked about street to seat for warrant officers. Well, I have a great example for you about someone who came in and pretty much did both. Stay tuned.
Hard work, hard work. Hard work, hard work. Hard work, work. There you go.
Many of you may have heard already, Craig Morgan, country music star, has just been made a warrant officer. Yes, he's a W01 now. Now, a little bit about his background. He joined the Army in 1985, and he served on active duty with the 101st and the 82nd. I forget what conflict he was in, but he does have his cab. So he's no stranger to being a brother in arms. Getting out, he served about 6 years in the reserves. And then after that, he has like a huge break in service. Oh, even on top of it, aside from him being with the 101st and the 82nd, he actually was a ranger with the Ranger bat. So that speaks volumes for him. And then I don't know where in between his, 13-year break in service when he got into music. But he has about 17 hits since 2000. So he is known and he is up there. But the weird thing or crazy thing about it, or I won't say that, the thing about it is that he was just appointed W01. And I say appointed because for direct commission is you're being directly commissioned as an officer. Remember, warrant officers are officers after the grade of W2, 2 and forward. As a W1, you're appointed. You're appointed by the Department of the Army. But then you're commissioned as a regular commissioned officer past that. So there is just certain rules. As a matter of fact, I think for special forces, field artillery, special forces, and there's someone else. But if you're like E7 and above, depending on your job skills and your job set, you can actually be waived from W01 to CW2. In this case, they appointed him W01. The craziness about it is the man is 59 years old. 59 years old. At 59 years old, if you deployed overseas and any active duty, any overseas time you had, you can subtract your years from your mandatory retirement date, which is 62, and you can retire at 59. And he's coming back in at 59. And that's where I'm leaning more towards it's in between a direct commission or direct appointment and street to seat. Because he came back in, he was an E6 when he got out. He came back in and then got appointed. So I'm pretty sure him re-enlisting, he had to re-enlist for a certain period of time, a short period of time, enough to where you can do the paperwork to appoint him as a warrant officer. In this case, he doesn't have to go through warrant officer candidate school. He's not going to WOX. That's why I said it's similar to having a direct commission. Because when you get direct commission, you're commissioned as an officer. And I believe you have to take a 6-week course is to get you acclimated to becoming an Army officer. So you're not going through basic training. No boot camp, no basic training, but you're being appointed as that second lieutenant. But you can be direct commissioned up to a full-bird colonel. I do know that. And they save those for like JAG and doctors and so forth, and cyber. Cyber's a big one now too. But I just want to touch on this. Craig Morgan, who is a member of the band. I didn't put that in there. He's a member of the band. Actually, what will most likely happen with him is he'll have to go through his warrant officer basic course. Pretty sure you can get that waived. You can get that waived, depending on the circumstances and how technical you are in that field. So I can't say he will do his warrant officer basic course. And if he does, I don't think that course is very long anyway, and he most likely will get it waived. And then have to do his time in service and time in rank to get CW2, which is 2 years. I'm not sure why they didn't do CW2. I think because he wasn't an E7 and it's music and it's a special appointment. But his obligation is 3 years. He has a 3-year mandatory obligation. He's coming in at 59. He has to get out at 62. That's the military mandatory retirement date. So I hope you guys learned something here. We're back to talking about direct commission. I'm calling it direct appointment. But then again, it's not street to seat, but it kind of is street to seat. But just to give you an idea that these things do happen, and it can happen to the best of us. It happened to him, it can happen to you. So, hey guys, stay tuned for the next one, and stay strong, stay dangerous, and peace.